My name is Arda, and this is my presentation on the scenario-based self-regulated learning training project. Let's get started. In this presentation, I will have two phases. The first phase is a scenario on a self-regulated learning problem and a solution for it. And the second phase is going to be about a classroom interaction scenario and three activities on this classroom and self-regulated learning integrated language teaching. Let's start with the first phase. I created a scenario called the museum heist, which I thought would be both entertaining and appropriate for this scenario. There are 5 skilled thieves that plan to steal 3 gemstones of extreme value from a heavily guarded museum. All 5 of them are intelligent and all 5 are experienced, and only one of these thieves succeed because only one uses all 4 clusters of self-regulated learning strategies. The task shows a complex learning problem: understanding, planning, performing, and adapting under pressure. The shared learning problem is the task is to analyze the museum's security system, memorize layouts, manage time, adapt to unexpected problems, and execute the plan flawlessly. This is essentially learning and performance under stress. Let's start with our thieves and what they do wrong. The first thief is called the overconfident. He's missing the cognitive strategies of these clusters, which are summarizing, note taking, and making connections and such. He's highly motivated and calm, and he believes his motivation and confidence is more than enough. His gap in self-regulated learning is he has no summarizing, no note-taking, and no making connections at all. And what goes wrong with his execution is he never summarizes his instructions, takes no notes about the plan, or makes connections. Like, he's weak at making connections. He confuses the corridors in the museum and leads the team to the wrong way, which makes them lose time. And as an outcome, the team is forced to abort this route to create another one, and that makes them lose a lot of time while making the whole plan kind of sloppy. Cognitive strategies is very important in both learning and a scenario like this, because summarizing and note taking about your information is always important, because when you are executing the plan, it's important to remember what you're supposed to do. And making connections is important because if you don't remember what helps with what, uh, it will really be harsh and difficult for you to execute your plan. The second thief is called the impatient. He's missing the metacognitive strategies such as planning, monitoring, and evaluating. This one memorizes blueprints quickly, takes notes about his plans, and connects patterns, but he jumps straight into action. His gap in self-regulated learning is he has no planning skills. He doesn't monitor his activities. He has no evaluation on what the information is what value. What goes wrong with his execution is he doesn't plan or monitor his approach, so he misunderstands the security rotation and triggers an alarm, causing the crew to panic and get caught early, and this greatly reduces their time to work, because now they're under a time limit, because the security is going to be there any moment. Metacognitive strategies are really important in this type of situations because You have to know your plan in order to execute it, and you have to monitor what works, what doesn't. You have to evaluate your information. You don't just take everything in and just work with everything that is in front of you. You have to uh, keep what's relevant and what's important for your job, and you have to monitor everything, make sure everything works. You have to, as I said, he didn't do here. He doesn't plan or monitor his approach, and we should always be monitoring our work, how our plan is working, how our execution is. The third thief is called the distressed. He's missing motivational strategies. These are positive self talk, self rewarding, and goal setting and such. He plans everything perfectly. He has really good monitoring and evaluating skills, but he has no positive self talk, no goal reinforcement, no self reward, or no motivation at all. He just breaks under pressure. He starts to panic and shake. His whole plan crumbles under his inner voice. What goes wrong with his plan is under pressure, his inner voice, like I said, turns against him, and he says to himself, I can't do this. It only takes one mistake to fail. It only takes one simple mistake to get caught. He freezes when guards show up, and even though he did almost everything perfectly, uh, he makes the one mistake when he freezes when he sees the guards. His outcome in this is he panics and fails during execution, which causes him to get caught, like I said, and uh, he fails our greatly executed plan just because he couldn't uh, bring himself up under severe stress. It's important that we manage our stress and give ourselves positive self-talk, because uh, if even if everything was right at what we're doing, if we don't think we can do it, we will never be able to do it. And sometimes it's important to take risks, set our goals, uh, and we should always keep our motivation up, because like I said, if we don't have a certain level of motivation and positivity in ourselves, even if we have everything we need, we will not succeed at all. The fourth uh, thief is called the timeless. He is missing behavioral strategies like time management, help seeking, and environment management, and such. He understands systems deeply. He summarizes his data and adapts quickly. But his gap in self related learning is he has poor time management, no help seeking at all, and weak environment control. What goes wrong with his plan is he mismanages time and refuses help from his crew members. Mismanaging time is very wrong in this sort type of situation, because they have already lost a lot of time with the previous crew members, and in a position like this, when you have to be very careful with your time, uh, you have to manage every minute you have. It's very important to be able to manage your time efficiently, and sometimes it's good to get help from someone that might be able to help you, which is also something he did wrong. uh, he is also distracted by noise and rushing, because everything around is him is in a chaos right now, and he mistypes a code as a result of this. And the outcome is he locks the crew out of the system, and now they have to work even more, just because he lost so much time panicking and distracting thing himself. And the fifth one is called the mastermind. Uh, this one actually uses all of the strategies clusters. He uses cognitive strategies to summarize blueprints into key routes. He takes precise notes and he connects security patterns to previous heists. This is very important because you should be organized with your plan always, just not only in this type of a situation, but when you're studying, when you're working, you should always be summarizing your information to, just get what's important and work with that. You have to take precise notes. This is connected to the previous sentence I said. You always have to, be straightforward with your notes and take what's important. You should connect patterns to, get more efficiency out of your previous information and the information you will be getting in the future too. And in metacognitive strategies, he plans every phase he's in. He monitors his progress in real time. He evaluates and adjusts when plans change. Planning everything we do is very important because we have to divide everything we do into parts, and when we get done with one cluster, we should be moving on to the other one, and we have to make sure the previous one is fully complete before we move on, because uh, when we move on forward with something that lacks completion, it will just bring us down without us even realizing. We should always monitor progress in real time, like he did, because uh, we should see if we improve, or if something we do doesn't work, and change our plan according to that. And we should evaluate and adjust our plans when things change, because unexpected consequences might happen. And we should always be able to adapt to new things. In motivational strategies, uh, I did something wrong here. Uh, he manages time efficiently and takes help from his crew members. Uh, he is not distracted by noise and all the rushing around, and he successfully types the code in. I wrote this wrong, I'm sorry. Uh, he knows how to manage time efficiently. He gives every task a limit of time, and if he goes out of that time limit, he changes his time pattern to adapt to that new strategy he has to work on. And he takes help from his crew, uh, when they can divide their tasks, or when they know something that he may not, he takes help from them to organize even better. He stays calm under noise and rushing and all that chaos, and he uh, manages himself successfully, and he successfully gets into the vault. And in behavioral strategies, he manages time perfectly, seeks help when needed, and controls the environment by minimizing distractions, like I said. And the outcome is he secures the gemstones and gets a clean escape. The reflection for this scenario reveals the core of self regulated learning. Skill without self regulation collapses under pressure, like we saw in the last thief that succeeded. Uh, he didn't have more talent, or he wasn't better at anything than the other thieves, because they all had really high uh, experience and talent, but they just didn't have much control over it as the last one did. Just like it in this strategy, in learning, strategy and organization beats raw ability. Uh, we should always be organizing using these SRL techniques when we're working, we're studying in our daily lives, when we're in an exam. We should always be able to manage all of these clusters at once, because missing even one can be severely impactful on our success. And phase two is SRL based English language classroom design. Our classroom context is our age group is 16 to 17 years old. The level is upper intermediate or B2, and the number of students we have in our class are 20. As we see here, students can communicate in English but struggle with independent comprehension and structured speaking, so they're kind of like dependent dependent on their teacher. They can't really work that well without their teacher's management. Uh, and the learning objective and problem here is students will read an argumentative English text and present its main ideas orally using appropriate vocabulary and structure. Uh, and the learning problem we get around this is students will read passively. They depend heavily on the teacher, lose focus and motivation during complex tasks because they think they don't know what the answer may be, and they struggle with time management and self-monitoring. The task requires self-regulated learning and not just language knowledge, as a lot of people think just knowing English is enough to speak it, and this is very wrong because to understand the English language, you should also be managing how you speak it, and we can do that by using the SRL techniques. The first activity I have for this is predicting and planning. The description for this task is students receive the article title and headings only. They work individually for 5 minutes. They have to predict the topic on this and write two personal reading goals about the paragraph, the article, and they have to decide how long they will spend on each section, which helps with time management. The SRL strategies developed with this task are for metacognitive planning, reading approach, and setting goals and anticipating difficulty can be helped with this because they will have to predict what's ahead of them and decide what they will do on that, build around the knowledge they have with to get to what they don't have. And motivational techniques are personal goal setting and increased curiosity and ownership. Uh, this will help them create their own goals because they have to manage time on their own without their teachers' help, and they have to set how much time they will spend on each section. And this will increase their curiosity and ownership because they don't know what they will be seeing, and they have to kind of guess and work on what they don't know, like I said. The second activity is called smart reading stations. The description for this is students rotate through three stations. The first one's called summary station, where they have to write a short paragraph summary on the paragraph they read. Uh, the second one is note taking station. They have to identify key vocabulary and arguments. And the last one is called connection station, They connect ideas to real life movies or previous lessons, and each station lasts 30 minutes, completing this section in totally 30 minutes. The first summary station is gonna be helpful with because they will only be writing the key information, what they will be using mostly. The note taking station is important because they will identify what is useful for them, and they will create their arguments according to what arguments they saw on that article. And connecting their ideas to real life movies or previous lessons can help with connecting those previous information to how they can use it in real life. SRL strategies developed with this task are precognitive. They get more summarizing skills. They take notes and make connections, which are really important because, like I said just now, it's important to take only key information, what will be useful for you, and get out the irrelevant parts to use in the future. And for metacognitive, it helps with monitoring understanding and adjusting reading strategies. Monitoring your understanding is really important because understanding what you did understand and what you didn't can help with what you should be doing, what you should be studying in the future, and what's ahead of you. And adjusting to reading strategies are, you can create your own strategy for yourself, what works with you. You can adjust to what you should be doing, what strategies you are required to take, and so on. And the last activity is talking after reading. The description for this is students give a 1 minute oral summary in pairs. Before speaking, they rate their confidence through 1 to 10 and choose one strategy they will focus on about the article they've read. And after speaking, they will reflect briefly and give peer feedback among other students. The SRL strategies developed with this task are for motivational, positive self talk, confidence monitoring, and self rewarding, like verbal praise, or bonus points. Positive self talk is important, like as we saw in the scenario I've talked about, because it boosts your confidence, your motivation, and it will be more comfortable for you to work when you are more motivated with what you have. And self rewarding is also connected to this. It's really important because when you get a reward outside or from yourself, even, it will really boost your confidence, which will help boost the other ones that I just talked about. And for behavioral strategies, it boosts our time management skills, which because we were required to take 1 minute limit, we would organize what we will be saying and what we will be not. It helps manage our time because we're in a small time limit, and we have certain things to say. It helps with help seeking because we use peer feedback, and it helps with environment management because we have a pair work, and we should be knowing how to work with another person or a group, maybe even in the future, and it will generally help us manage our environment like that. And the expected outcomes from students are by the end of the lesson, students will read text strategically or and not passively. They will monitor their own understanding. They will stay motivated during challenging tasks. They will manage time more efficiently, and they will take responsibility for their learning. Reading text strategically, what I mean by this is they will actually actively try to understand the topic they are reading instead of just reading it and saying to themselves, yeah, I understood, I can pass. They will actually try to understand what they're reading. Monitoring their own understanding is kind of connected to this. uh, Knowing what they understand and what they don't, and working on what they didn't understand is very important. Staying motivated during challenging tasks. As we said in the start of the second part of this presentation, the students are not motivated unless being managed by their teachers. So it will boost their confidence, their motivation when they have to work individually. They will learn how to manage time more effectively because they will learn how to do things in a time limit, and they will take responsibility for the learning instead of just giving the whole work to their teacher. They will actually try to understand what the teacher is trying to teach them. And the long-term outcome for this is students will become more independent English teachers and not just teacher-dependent ones, because using all those strategies at once helps them individually work much better, and not just depend on their teacher to push them uh, only by the teacher's motivation, and actually will help use the student instead of just the teacher. And this is all from me. Thank you for listening.